Assalamu alaikum and welcome, everyone, to a journey that'll take you back thousands of years to one of the most incredible stories ever told. Today, we're diving into the epic tale of Prophet Noah, peace be upon him, a story of unshakable faith, a world-changing flood, and a ship that carried the hope of humanity. This isn't just a story. It's a lesson, a reminder, and inspiration that echoes through time. So, grab a cozy spot, maybe a cup of tea, and let's set sail into this unforgettable adventure. Music swells, visuals zoom out to show an ancient world, bustling yet chaotic. Picture a time so ancient that there were no cities of steel, no glowing screens, no roaring engines. People lived in homes of mud and stone, tilled the earth with their hands, and gathered under starlit skies to share tales. But this world, as beautiful as it was drowning in darkness, not in water, but in something far worse. The people had forgotten the one who created them, the one who painted the skies, grew the crops, and gave them every breath. Instead, they turned to idols, lifeless statues carved from wood and stone, believing these could bring them rain, wealth, or joy. It was as if they traded the truth for a terrible lie. Their hearts had grown cold. They cheated one another, fought over petty things, and trampled the weak without a second thought. The world was spiraling into chaos, and it seemed nothing could stop it. But the Creator, who is overflowing with mercy and wisdom, hadn't given up on his creation. He had a plan, and that plan began with a man named Noah. Visuals shift to a humble man walking through a crowded marketplace, his face calm but filled with concern. Noah, peace be upon him, was different. He wasn't chasing wealth or power. His heart was pure, his life simple, and his soul tied to the Creator. He couldn't bear to see his people lost in lies, worshipping stones that couldn't hear their cries. One day, something extraordinary happened. Noah received a message, a divine call that would change his life and the course of history forever. The Creator chose him to be his messenger, his prophet, with a mission to wake his people up, to call them back to the truth, and to warn them of a disaster that was coming if they didn't change. Noah didn't hesitate. He stepped into his role with courage, standing in the heart of the noisy marketplace, his voice rising above the chatter. "Oh, my people," he called, "turn back to the one who made you. These idols you worship, they can't help you. They can't even move. Worship the Creator alone, who gives you life, food, and the beauty of this world. Be kind, be just, and fear the day when you'll answer for what you've done." His words were like a light in the darkness, filled with love and hope. But the response? Oh, it wasn't what Noah hoped for. Many laughed at him. "Who's this guy?" they sneered. "Why should we listen to him? Our ancestors worshipped these idols, and they were just fine." The rich and powerful, who loved their status, saw Noah as a threat. They mocked him, saying, "If your God is so great, why are you so poor? Why do only the weak follow you?" They pointed to Noah's small group of believers, mostly the poor, the outcasts, those tired of the world's cruelty, and dismissed him. Visuals show Noah speaking passionately, some listening, others turning away. Still, Noah didn't give up. He kept calling, day after day, year after year. He spoke in the markets, knocked on doors, even whispered his message under the stars. He tried every way to reach their hearts. "Look at the world around you," he'd say. "The sun, the stars, the rain. Who do you think made all this? These idols you carve with your own hands." His voice was gentle but firm, his heart aching for his people to see the truth. Decades passed, then centuries. Noah's hair turned gray, his face lined with the weight of his mission, but his spirit never faltered. The Creator had warned him that a great punishment was coming, a disaster unlike anything the world had seen, if the people didn't turn back. Noah's love for his people drove him to keep going, even as their mockery grew louder. Some called him crazy. Others ignored him completely. But Noah knew the truth. Time was running out. Visuals shift to Noah receiving divine guidance, gathering wood in a dry, dusty land. One day, after years of preaching with little success, the Creator gave Noah a new command, one that must have sounded impossible. He was to build a massive ship, an ark, bigger than anything anyone had ever seen. Now, picture this. Noah lived in a land far from any sea or river, where the ground was cracked and dry. A ship, In the desert, it sounded absurd. But Noah trusted the Creator completely. If God said to build a ship, then a ship he would build. He gathered a small group of believers, picked up his tools, and started working. Under the blazing sun, they hauled heavy beams, sawed wood, and hammered nails. The ark began to take shape, a towering structure in the middle of nowhere, and the people, they couldn't believe their eyes. "What's Noah doing now?" they laughed. "A boat on dry land? He's completely lost it." Every day, they gathered to mock him, shouting, "Hey, Noah, where's the water? Planning to sail on sand." Their laughter echoed, but Noah kept working, his eyes fixed on the mission. Visuals show the ark rising, people jeering, Noah focused. The Creator had given Noah clear instructions. The ark had to be enormous, longer than a football field, with 3 decks, strong enough to face whatever was coming. It wasn't just a ship, it was a lifeline, a vessel of salvation for those who believed. Every plank, every nail was part of divine plan. As the ark grew, it became a symbol, a warning to the people that Noah's message was real. Some paused, wondering if he might be right. But most just shook their heads and walked away, convinced he was wasting his time. Visuals of dark clouds gathering, Noah pleading one last time. The ark was nearly complete, a giant structure standing alone in the barren land. Noah had been calling his people for centuries, blessed with a long life to give them every chance to change. But their hearts were sealed. Only a handful believed, his family and a small group of faithful followers. Then came the final message from the Creator. The time for warnings was over. A flood was coming, one that would cover the earth, washing away the corruption and giving the world a fresh start. Noah was to prepare the ark, gather his family, and bring aboard animals of every kind, birds, beasts, creatures big and small, to preserve life for the new world. Noah's heart was heavy. He didn't want his people to perish. One last time, he stood before them, his voice trembling. "Oh, my people," he begged, "the time is near. Come aboard the ark. Save yourselves. Believe in the Creator, and you'll be spared." But they only laughed harder. "A flood," they scoffed. "The sky is clear. You're delusional, Noah." They turned back to their feasts, their idols, their lives of denial. Visuals of rain beginning, rivers swelling, the ark sealed. Noah obeyed the Creator's command. He and his believers loaded the ark with food, supplies, and animals. Imagine the sight. Elephants trudging aboard, birds fluttering in, lions and deer side by side, all guided by divine wisdom. The ark was ready, and then it began. The sky darkened and the heavens opened. Rain poured down, not a gentle shower, but a torrent, as if the sky itself was grieving. From the earth, springs burst forth and rivers overflowed. The dry land where Noah had built his ark was swallowed by water. The Creator had told Noah to seal the ark, and as the waters rose, the massive ship began to float. Inside, Noah, his family, and the animals were safe, protected by divine mercy. Outside, the world was chaos. The people who had mocked Noah now ran in panic, climbing hills, clinging to trees, but the water kept rising. Some banged on the ark's door, begging to be let in, but the time for salvation had passed. The Creator had given them chance after chance, and they had chosen to turn away. Visuals of the ark sailing through endless waters, rain pouring. For days and nights, the rain fell. The flood covered everything, mountains, valleys, cities. The world as they knew it was gone. The ark sailed on, a tiny beacon of hope in an endless sea. Inside, Noah and his family prayed, grateful for their safety but mourning the loss of so many. Noah's faith never wavered. He knew the Creator's plan was just, even if it was painful, the flood wasn't just a punishment. It was a reset, a chance for humanity to start anew. Visuals of the rain stopping, the ark resting on a mountain, a rainbow in the sky. At last, the rain stopped. The waters began to recede, and the ark came to rest on a mountain. Noah waited patiently, trusting the Creator's timing. He sent out a raven, then a dove, to check the land. When the dove returned with an olive branch, Noah knew the time had come. The Creator told him to leave the ark, and what a moment that must have been. Noah, his family, and the animals stepped out into a new world. The air was fresh, the earth clean, and the sky glowed with a rainbow, a sign of hope, a promise that such a flood would never come again. Noah fell to his knees in gratitude, thanking the Creator for saving them. He built an altar and offered his thanks, his heart full of faith and hope. The Creator blessed Noah and his family, telling them to fill the earth with life and goodness. This was a new beginning, a second chance for humanity. Noah lived on, guiding his family, teaching them to stay true to the Creator. His legacy became a light, a reminder that faith and patience can carry us through even the darkest storms. Visuals shift to a serene landscape, children playing, a modern city in the distance. And so, my friends, we come to the end of this incredible journey. But the story of Noah, peace be upon him, never truly ends. It lives in our hearts, in the lessons it teaches us. Noah shows us what it means to stand firm, to hold on to truth when the world laughs at you. He teaches us that faith can carry us through the biggest storms, and that the Creator is always merciful, always giving us chances to turn back, to do better. The next time life feels like a flood, when doubts or hardships crash around you, think of Noah. Keep building your ark, keep trusting, and know there's always a rainbow waiting. Thank you for sailing through the story with me. If it touched your heart, hit that like button, subscribe, and share it with someone who needs a little hope today. Drop a comment. What part of Noah's story inspired you most? Until next time, keep the faith, stay strong, and let's keep exploring the stories that shape our lives.